Guys, welcome to this very short course on 6 simple tips to discover your talents. I'm going to make it as short as possible. I really do not like very long courses or very long videos. So I try to make it short, 10 to 15 minutes, and we are done. Now, the very first tip is to understand what talents are. A lot of people do not know what talents are. And because they don't understand what it is, they don't use it. They don't research on it. They don't improve on it. So what exactly are talents? I have my own definition. There are a lot of definitions in the internet if you want to look at it. But from where I'm coming from and from how I have been able to understand my talents and use it, I would define talents as seeds. Seeds that you plant. Seeds that you nurture. Seeds that you guard. Seeds that you have patience with. So that at the end of the day, it grows into a tree that will yield you fruits. That is my definition of talents. And the reason I'm using this definition is because talents is not just enough for you to, know it or discover it. For it to become useful and fruitful to you, you have to treat it as you would treat a seed. So when you have the understanding that talents are seeds inside of you that needs to be nurtured, then you will know how to use these talents extremely well. Now, tip number 2, how do you discover this talent? My very first way, I think, is to ask your creator. If you're using an Apple computer, the best people that know the capability of that computer is the Apple people themselves, the manufacturers. They know what it is capable of, they know what it can do and what it cannot do. The Lord that made us, the God that made you, knows everything He has put inside of you. He knows the seeds of talents He has put inside of you. And the best bet is for you to ask. I know most of the time we pray to God and ask for a lot of things, physical things. But believe me, asking for what your talents are is the number one thing that is most important. For when you know what your talents are, that is what will get you to wherever you want to be in life. So my number 2 tip, ask your creator. Number 3 tip, think back. What did you like doing as a child? Did you like painting? Did you like singing? Did you like playing the piano? Did you like cooking? Or were you one of those children that like arranging things? Or were you like me that used to like to cut clothes? When I was small, I used to like sitting down and watching my mom sew. And I literally started cutting clothes when I was a child. And I used to have this ability to just picture in my head how I'll be able to cut a style immediately I see it. I can remember far back, even when I was so young. So this is number 3 tip on how to discover your talent. What did you like doing as a child? This will need you to think. After you have prayed, this will need you to now sit down and think. Because this will really help you to identify your talents. Most times, if you are like me, you can identify 1 or 2 more talents, or 3. Just by doing this, you will begin to think back at what you really, really enjoyed doing as a child. Number 4 tip, what do you like doing now as an adult? As I said before, when I was a child, I knew that I enjoyed sewing. But now that I've grown, I've discovered more talents. Along my life, I've discovered that I could sit on a computer. I could do a lot of graphics using some softwares. I could do a lot of write content. I didn't even know that I could write. But these are things I've discovered as I've grown older that I love doing. So what do you like doing now as an adult? What do you like what can wake you up excited in the morning to rush to go and do as an adult that you are now? So that is a question you need to ask yourself. And the answer you get, or the answers you get, is one of your talents. Tip number 5, we're always getting to the end of it. As I said, I want it to be a short video, but I want you to get the points and practice them. Tip number 5, listen to discussions. There's a mistake there. Listen to discussions you have with your friends. Now, there are certain people you talk to and they talk about certain topics that is boring. If you really sit back and look at the kinds of discussions you have, there are certain discussions or topics that come up and you're so passionate about it. You want to talk about it forever. Even when they're not asking you, you want to talk about it. That is your talent. So listen to yourself. What is it? What topics is it that when people talk, you jump in and you take over the conversation, you talk about it, you know everything about it, you want to know more about it. That is tip 5 on how to discover your talents. Now the last one. What can you do for a long time without payment? I use myself as an example. I can sit on my computer and draw pin graphics. I don't know if you people know, I've heard of Pinterest. I can do pin graphics from morning till night. I never get tired. I can sit down to design a handbag or design a dress. Think of how I'm going to cut it. Think of what I'm going to add to it to make it come out. I never get tired. I did this for years without even getting any kind of gratification, and I wasn't tired. So ask yourself, what can you do without thinking of payment? And actually at the end, get the satisfaction when you're done with it. What is it? Think hard. Everybody has something that you can do without even wanting anybody to pay you. I have discovered my own, and I hope you can discover yours. This is the last tip. There are a lot of other tips. If you have any other tip during the question and answer session, you can chip in. Or if you have any questions on the 6 tips I've given you, you can also chip in. In conclusion, these are the 6 tips I've given to you to help you discover your talent. Number 1, understand what talents are. Ask your creator, what did you like doing as a child? That's number 3. What do you like doing now as an adult? Then number 4, listen to discussions you have with your friends. And number 5, or number 6, what can you do for a long time without payment? I want to end with how I started. Your talent will bring you before kings. Your job will always bring you before your boss, just like this man. See the way the boss is just harassing him to produce something. That is why it's so important to identify your talents. That is the first step. Subsequently, I will teach you how to learn skills that will help you use your talents to become financially free. I want to thank you very much for listening. My name is Enorita James. I'm a biochemistry graduate. I'm a clinical research associate, and I'm also a Google certified digital marketer, and I live in Germany. Thanks for watching. So till next time and till our next course.